How's it going? For those of you who are subscribed to me and wondering where I've been, it's been a couple weeks, maybe three. I hope it hasn't been 4 weeks since I've made a video. I had to be out of town for a little bit. And I should probably set up some kind of way that I can let the people that want to know, like when I'll be doing a video, and if I won't be doing a video, or, like an Instagram or something. I don't really mess with Twitter. But yeah, why don't you guys actually let me know in the comments if you think I should have an Instagram or a Twitter or something, if you would check that from time to time just to see what I'm up to, if you're curious to know when I'll be posting videos and stuff. But anyway, I'm back and I will be doing this semi-regularly as usual. Yeah, getting a lot of requests for some Taylor Swift Cardigan, or not Cardigan, the Folklore album reactions, but also some Zayn stuff, and I will get to both of you guys, I promise. And it's good to be back. And I'm wearing a tank top and I can see my farmer's tan, and I'm not very happy about that, but that's fine. We're just gonna focus on more important things. Alright, so let's get into this Cardigan video. Get into the zone for a reaction, some critical music listening. Also, it's my first time listening to this song. For anyone that gets upset about a reaction that might be coming from a place that's like missing a certain detail or something like that, it's my first listen. There's a lot of things going on in a song. And, I'm listening from everything from the instrumentation to the lyrics. But I'm also watching the video, So, cut your boy a little slack. Maybe. Do what you want, man. It's all good. I'm just giving a little disclaimer. Anyway, let's see what I think. By the way, for you newcomers, you should know that I'm not exactly a Taylor Swift fan. I'm not a Taylor Swift hater. I just think a lot of her music is kind of this like sort of boring, very mainstream and manufactured, not that interesting music a lot of the times. And I'm kind of coming from that perspective. And yeah, I just want to be upfront about that. But I know she's a good musician, so I'm kind of just like wondering if I'll ever find a music video or a song of hers that I really like, you know what I mean? Not just like, oh, that's not terrible. Like, I could listen to that for a little bit or something. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. Like, I'm just listening to listen to it, and I'm going to think whatever I think and share that with you guys. So let's get into it before I talk more than I need to for what I'm doing. All right, let's hit that play button.
Vintage tea, brand new phone, high heels on, cobblestones. When you are young, they assume you know nothing. Sequin smile, black lipstick, sensual politics. When you are young, they assume you know nothing.
I kind of like this. Well, the song's all right. It's just getting started, so I don't have too much of an opinion, but I'm not like annoyed. I kind of like this sort of rustic, almost fairy tale vibe that I'm getting from the video off the start. It's kind of cool. Yeah, I'm just going to keep watching that for now. I feel like she talks about jeans a lot in all of her videos. God, doesn't she? I feel like there's 3 music videos I've watched that I've definitely noticed that she points out jeans. Oh my gosh, maybe that's one of her signature things. I don't know. Yeah, I already feel like this is my favorite music video from hers so far. It's not always a production value thing, because like the production value for her music videos is always really good. Like there's a lot of money being spent on what she's doing, but there's just something about this one I like better. Yeah, it's not too in your face. It's not too over the top. It's not like trying to be to this or that. Yeah. Let's keep watching.
A friend to all is a friend to none. Chase two girls, lose the one. When you are young, they assume you know nothing.
I can kind of feel that the chorus is coming up, but I kind of like that phrase that she's repeating. When you are young, they assume you know nothing. I feel like this song has more depth than a lot of the super poppy mainstream stuff that Taylor Swift does. And again, like, I don't know if this is like a radio hit or not. The Taylor Swift videos that I might have reacted to before were definitely radio hits, and that's kind of why I knew of her. But like now I'm starting to explore some stuff that people are suggesting that I explore based on the reactions that I've done before. And that's an interesting place to be for me in terms of my little journey of listening to Taylor Swift's work. Yeah, I do like this song better. And it's not like, oh, I'm a Taylor Swift fan now, obviously. I actually kind of imagine it, like, it's hard to imagine that I would be a Taylor Swift fan. You know what I mean? Like, fan is a very strong word for me. But maybe I could like this song, you know? We'll see. God, yeah. So, yeah, we'll see.
But I knew you, playing hide and seek and giving me your weekends. I knew you, your heartbeat on the high line, once in 20 lifetimes. And when I felt like I was an old cardigan under someone's bed, you put me on and said I was your favorite.
You know, something else I kind of like about this video, I realize now, is that it's kind of on that whole thing I said about it not being too in your face. I feel like they're not like shoving some identity that Taylor is supposed to have, or like some really marketable quality about her physically, just like in your face all the time. Like there are so many other videos where she's just like making all these faces and doing all these things. You know, to like kind of try and get your attention in a way. But this one, she's just like sitting down playing the piano in a really nice scenery and stuff. And I like that. You know, it's not like, it's really just not too forced. And so far, the song idea doesn't feel too forced either. I think a lot of stuff that I didn't like about Taylor Swift's music that I reacted to before were mostly because like things felt too forced. Both like visually, but also like lyrically and musically. It was just so kind of unnecessary for how uninteresting it is. You know what I mean? Like there's so many singers or songs on the radio where somebody's like passionately shouting some kind of lyric, but then you actually think about the lyric and the context of the song and you're like, why are you shouting that? Like, this is so uninteresting. There's no real emotions behind what you're saying because what you're saying is just kind of dumb. You know what I mean? It's almost like, yeah, like you're synthesizing emotional depth based on the intensity of your voice, but like the actual substance of what you're saying is completely worthless. And that's kind of a dynamic I felt in a lot of her work in other videos, but right now I'm not really feeling any of that. And I like that. I appreciate that. Man, this is a really cool scene, actually. Kind of reminds me of some of the sceneries you would see in like a Miyazaki film. Thinking about Princess Mononoke. Yeah, there's a lot of forest scenes in that movie, and this one does kind of bring me to that space a little bit.
To kiss in cars and downtown bars was all we needed. You drew stars around my scars, but now I'm bleeding. 'Cause I knew you, stepping on the last train, marked me like a bloodstain. I knew you, tried to change the ending, Peter losing Wendy. I
Oh, that little thing, the way that she moves around those words, that's kind of something that I've noticed in her songs. But, do you guys know what I'm talking about? I feel like I kind of want to break down the mechanics of it, but at the same time, I don't know if it's an interesting enough observation to do that. But yeah, she did it in that song, like something something sunset, da 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 da, and then went into some like uhs or baby or something like that. It's not like a redundancy I'm pointing out. It's just sort of a pattern that feels familiar to Taylor Swift. But
'Cause I knew you stepping on the last train, marked me like a bloodstained eye.
you know what I mean? It's kind of around the same tempo as that one song I reacted to recently. Can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but I'm sure you guys could figure it out real quick. It's the one where there's like a line in the video and she's kind of doing some film stuff. Yeah, that's enough for you guys to figure that out. Sorry to put all that on you, but you know, if you're interested enough, you can look back. I just don't want to like take the time away from this reaction to figure that out real quick.
I knew you tried to change the ending, Peter losing Wendy. I knew you leaving like a father, running like water. And when you are young, they assume you know nothing. But I knew you'd linger like a tattoo kiss. I knew you'd haunt all over my what ifs. The smell of smoke would hang around this long. 'Cause I knew everything when I was young.
This is yeah, definitely probably my favorite Taylor Swift video. Maybe it's my favorite Taylor Swift song so far, actually. In terms of the ones that I've done reactions to, and looking back on the songs that I know and I've listened to, I think I find this one the most respectable for sure. The thing is, like, all of her music is likable in some way. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people, I should say, are not really immune to certain qualities of a song that are just likable and catchy. Yeah, like I can't say that a lot of her music isn't likable and catchy in some way, but that doesn't mean that I actually like her music. You know what I mean? It's just like, oh, it's like a cake, dude. A cake, it always tastes good because it's like there's a ton of sugar in it, you know? It's hard to just say, it tastes bad. It's like, no, it tastes sweet, and your body likes that. These lyrics are catchy, you know what I mean? And your brain just kind of has some weird addiction to it or something like that. But yeah, not really getting that from this song either. I feel like the reasons I like it are just because it's kind of a good song and it's not too in your face. It can play a good like background role where it's not competing for your attention too much and it's not like fighting the environment that it's in. But if you really wanted to give it your attention, you would find that it's worth your attention. Does that make sense? Yeah. So far, I like this. I'm also kind of thinking that, you know, if this is a song that she really likes, and this is one that really came from the heart, and that she was excited to do a video for, and it wasn't just some, you know, mainstream pop career move, like that's really cool that she can look back on this and feel like the whole thing is a real work of art that she's proud of personally. You know, not just the commercial success that may or may not have come from it, but just to look at it and appreciate that as an idea that she and whoever she's working with really brought to life in a way that she's proud of. So if that's the relationship she has with this whole song and video, like that's great. And I'm stoked for her, you know? I'm gonna keep watching.
I knew I'd curse you for the longest time, chasing shadows in the grocery line. I knew you'd miss me once the thrill expired, and you'd be standing in my front porch light, and I knew you'd come.
Some people like to chew me out for missing little details. So you know what? I'm gonna point out little details. It says Folklore on her piano. Wow.
And you'd be
That's so cool that it says Folklore. I don't really care that it says folklore. I just noticed it, and so I'm like, oh, I'm letting you know that I saw that. If you guys see other like interesting little Easter eggs in the video, let me know, because that one's pretty obvious. If you're just, I was literally like, oh, what kind of piano is that? That's why I looked at it and I was like, oh, well, I still don't know what kind of piano it is.
I was an old cardigan under someone's bed. You put me on and said I was your favorite.
I wonder who Aaron Dessner is. So he's like a co-writer of the song, and he also produced the songs. The vocals recorded by Laura Sisk. Huh. Wow, they did like a whole, the credits in the actual video. That's interesting. This song does sound quite different from the work that I'm familiar with from her. Mellotron. Dude, that's, you guys should look into the Mellotron. That's some shit that the Beatles used to use. And Pink Floyd. I appreciate that they actually put this in here, because I think a lot of pop artists are the face of their music, and therefore people just kind of give them the credit for being responsible for the entire idea. But that couldn't be further from the truth. And I really appreciate this video because I feel like it's kind of transparent in that way. Like, look at how many people came together to, you know, just get the music together, right? You got like drum programmers, percussion, piano, bass, electric guitars, mellotron, and synthesizers by Aaron Dessner, who's also credited as one of the co-writers of the song, who was also the producer of the song. Like, that guy is a huge reason that the song sounds the way that it does, and the lyrics are the way that they are. Like, he is hugely responsible. So I just appreciate that they put that in here. Directed by Taylor Swift herself. Everything's in lowercase. Gaffer. What is gaffer? I know gaffer tape. Gaffer tape is like just this kind of matte looking tape to hold things together, and not show up in video very much. But this guy, it'd just be I know that gaffer must be something more important than just tape, but it'd be funny to just like credit the guy that taped some things together. Josh Davis. Okay. Yeah, I actually do enjoy that music video. I wonder if these credits are, should I keep, I should probably watch the whole video. We only got a few more seconds. Ooh. Right on. Shoutouts to the restrictions of COVID, making that video, you know, a beast of its own, I guess. Yeah, it's a weird time for everybody right now, isn't it? That's cool. I respect that. I feel like they give all the people the proper shout-outs in the video. Yeah, you know what? I appreciate that you guys recommended this album, because I feel like a lot of people just took my reactions and hated them because I was saying, you know, I was just saying, I guess, negative things about her music in some ways. Like, I obviously am not just out to hate Taylor Swift because she's Taylor Swift. I'm not. I have my own bias, obviously, but I try to just take the song as it is at face value, and see past my bias. You know what I mean? Like, that's one of the reasons I'm listening to her music, is because I have some idea of Taylor Swift, and I want to develop that idea more. You know, I'm not just, it's not like I have this idea and I'm only going to look for pieces of her work that power that idea. I'm looking for things to challenge that idea. And that's one of the reasons I continue to listen to her music. So for anyone that's like, if you don't like her music, why are you listening to it? That's why. That's an honest answer. I know that you're just trying to like make me look like a hypocrite for liking her music but saying I don't like it. But there's actual truth to my answer to that stupid question. Somebody said that once, and I was like, if you don't like my videos, why are you watching them? Right? And I never heard back. Pretty sure I silenced that guy. Anyway, I actually look forward to listening to more folklore stuff. This might be an interesting album. Yeah, so thanks for the recommendations. I appreciate that you guys, the ones that did, instead of just hating me for saying negative things, were like, okay, I see where you're coming from. Maybe you'll like the Folklore album. Check it out. I appreciate that. And yeah, I definitely feel differently about this album. Or I should say this song. I've only scratched the surface of the album. Yeah, and for now I'll leave it at that. Check out the next video. I'm either gonna listen to another Zayn track or a Taylor Swift one. We'll see. You'll know. You'll know. All right, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.